With all the massive deals on Amazon and Flipkart, there are chances you have picked up a new smartphone, and odds are you had to spend your hard earned money on it. And this time around, you want to do things right and make sure this phone lasts you a long time. So, you may have some common misconceptions or smartphone myths which you picked up from friends, family, or even a badly written article. Hey, this is me Ananthan from FTJ, and let me debunk some of these myths for you. Let's start off with a few misconceptions that you may or may not believe in. Myth number one: more megapixels equal to better camera. If you are in the market for a smartphone, you might have seen brands advertise 14 megapixels, 64 megapixels, and even 108 megapixels. Now, are megapixels actually gonna make a difference? Well, they do to a certain extent with respect to detail at least, but more often than not, they are just numbers to brag about. Smartphone cameras depend more on the sensor and the image processing that run behind it. We all know and love the images that come out of an iPhone, but it does not have a 108 megapixel sensor. But it's just a mere 12 megapixel sensor, and we can see the magic it does with that. So, if you have already picked up a device keeping this in mind, kudos to you. Pro tip: installing Gcam on your smartphone improves the image quality by at least 2x in most cases because of the better image processing. Myth number 2: smartphones are harmful to your health. Now, you may have heard your mom tell you stories about how people get cancer from spending too much time on their smartphone, which she probably got from her WhatsApp forwards. So basically, smartphone only emit electromagnetic waves, and the frequencies it emit are completely safe. It's the same stuff that make your radio work. You can find out the amount of radiation your smartphone emits by checking the box to find the SAR or specific absorption rate value. The higher the SAR value, the more radiation it emits. Anything about 2 watt per kg is unsafe and also not allowed for production, so there is really nothing to worry about. Myth number 3: closing background apps speed up the phone. We all have parents whose recent apps list is longer than Mohanlal's filmography, and we just love clearing it up for them and telling them that this is why they complain their phone is slow. But that's where we are now. Once upon a time, when Android wasn't as optimized as it is today, keeping too many apps loaded into the memory could slow down the system. But that isn't the case today. Android automatically only focuses and provides resources to the app in the foreground, while keeping the apps in the background in low power mode to be used only when you need it. Here is a pro tip for you guys. As time passes and updates keep rolling out, apps will get more power hungry. So it's always better to invest in a flagship chipset and higher RAM if you are aiming for the long run. Myth number 4: draining the battery before recharging it. Just like with the other myths on the list, this too arises from the tech from the past. During the 80s and 90s, smartphones used NICD batteries or nickel cadmium batteries. The main issue with these batteries were they had a memory effect because of which people needed to drain off their battery before topping it up or they would lose capacity. Fast forward to today, and we are using lithium ion batteries which don't possess the same issue, so charging from 1% to 100% or 73 to 95 doesn't make a lick of a difference. So don't be afraid to toss your phone for a quick top up when you need it. Of course, we also have a pro tip for you guys, which is buy phones with larger battery capacity so you don't need to recharge as often, and try to use slow charging while you are head to sleep to preserve battery life in the long run. Myth number 5: overnight charging is bad for your battery. Speaking of batteries, this next myth lurks in the minds of a lot of individuals, and I'm gonna give it straight to you. There is nothing to worry about. Smartphones have the ability to recognize that it has reached full charge and will automatically stop charging any further. I would also like to mention that using different chargers and cables would not damage your phone. Most phones these days come with the software support to reduce charging speeds during the night to preserve the battery life. So go ahead, hit that toggle, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more tricks and tips. Myth number 6: incognito mode protects you from being tracked. One thing people get confused about is whether you will be tracked or not when you go incognito. The answer here is simple as well: yes, you will be tracked. The sole purpose of incognito mode is so you can surf the web while avoiding cookies and cache data, and has no way of masking the IP address. So technically every website you visit is still known by your ISP or internet service provider. Companies like Xiaomi even track such data. So to all my friends who want to visit shady websites, keep this in mind. And here is your pro tip. If you really want to surf the internet without being tracked is by subscribing to a VPN or using browsers like Tor browser or DuckDuckGo. Myth number 7: system updates are always good for your phone. Now, this one is kind of personal for me. I've been waiting for the Android 11 update on my K20 Pro for the longest time ever, and now that it's here, it's one of my worst decisions ever. The whole UI has become stuttery, dropped frames, dropped apps, and at this point, I feel like just dropping the phone. But yes, this brings me to my point. All system updates provided by the OEM don't necessarily have to be good. Another example being Apple slowing down older iPhones through software updates. I'm not saying updates are bad. They are actually very important when it comes to security patches and other improvements. But it's always better to check upon the bugs before making a major update. Our pro tip for you guys is read upon articles or forums formulated by other users on bugs and issues present in the update. That will come in real handy. So that's been it, guys. These were some of the most common myths that I wanted to address. What about you guys? Do you guys feel like I have missed out something, like any myths that are very common but were not mentioned in this video? Let me know in the comments below. While you are down there, hit the like and also share this video to your folks and friends who believe in some of these myths. Well, that's me, Ananthan, signing off for the day. Ciao.